So a big crowd is January today.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome, everybody.
Let's keep it down.
To start with, our meeting's recorded. So everyone be aware that being here is your authority for us to record the meeting. And I'll jump right in with approval of previous minutes. Everybody had a chance to look at it?
Second that.
All in favor? Aye. Carries. Next on the agenda, there's so here's deal. There's two demolitions. They're for the people who own the same property. The properties are next door to each other.
Hey, Steve.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. Are you here for the 958?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So, for the record, name, address.
Ricky Panic. My address is 11480 West 93rd, St. John, Indiana.
Thank you. So we'll open with that one. What we have is, we actually have two building permits in for demolition permits to demolish two structures. One's a house and one looks like a boathouse.
Right.
Explain the project to us a little bit.
The house is coming down for a new one and the boathouse is coming down for a new boathouse. We were in for variance on the boathouse. So those drawings are, variances passed, I think last year.
So there's no building permit in for the new house yet.
No, I'll be working on that this afternoon. Ty's working on it now down at over at Plymouth.
How long do you think it'll take to have those down?
Probably about 2 weeks. We're gonna do some, take the windows, doors, cabinets, anything we can use out of the house out first. Nothing usable in the boathouse. It's falling down now as it is.
You'll have some stormwater runoff control.
We already have some down there. It's covered by the foliage. We have the tube socks down there along the lakefront. But we're gonna, when we take the boathouse down and get down there on the hill, do our landscape work, we're gonna beef that up to prevent anything from running off into the lake. We're gonna do some work on the seawall in the lake. We'll be talking with the DNR. This is permit for them for that. So aside from the new house, the whole hill is gonna be re-landscaped.
Good. Right,
Finally,
that's, well, that's not super steep over there.
it's probably 50 degrees.
Oh, so it is.
It's very steep, yeah. It's difficult. It's difficult.
Probably,
It's gonna be difficult to, we have a landscape plan. We're going to, redo the seawall, beef it up, boulders in the lake. New boathouse, because it's in a truss, both houses are in the same family. We're gonna have a walk along the seawall to connect both boathouses. And
is that the right picture for both the houses?
yes, that's the brother's house.
Okay.
Then we'll have some outcroppings down there to hold the hill back.
So my note on holding that hill back, we had a landslide on the other side of the lake. And it was, dirt debris got down into the lake. They're building some terraces now to prevent that in future, another steep hill. Something to keep in mind.
Our plan
Have
is,
anything underground that could possibly wash it out from underneath and such?
once we get everything cleared back off of the seawall, then we can, beef up our, soil erosion
When
process.
you say beef up, just so I'm clear on that seawall as well, you're talking about going higher with it?
We're gonna clean it up.
Yeah,
So we're gonna straighten it out, clean it up, so we have a nice transition between the seawall and the new loft, because it's kind of all over the place, but you can't see it until you get all the foliage cleaned out.
That's right.
And doing it in the fall when everything dies down. Hopefully, we're hoping, the ground stiffens up a little bit with the temperature. And we'll prevent some erosion, but we're gonna have, erosion control blankets. We're gonna do what we can to keep it. We're gonna have shoring, we're gonna have pilings, to hold the hill back.
It's gonna be sand and muck down there, but yeah.
Yeah, we might even get to the point where we put bales of hay along the whole seawall. That's extra protection. Cause I don't think a tube sock, with 8 inches is gonna really do much. And the silk fence doesn't really do much.
Oh, the more protection, the more we appreciate it, we don't protect the lake.
Well, my concern is keeping the hill where it is while we're doing the work.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal.
That slope grade, yeah.
Yeah. If you saw the landscape plan, which we'll bring in with the, which I did not give you, but I have a copy with me if you want one. To see exactly kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, you can leave me one, that'd be good.
Yeah, we're going to,
I think,
we're gonna have new patios.
well, when you get the building permit, just upload it with that.
Yeah, I'll give it to Ty this afternoon.
Yeah, just make sure it's uploaded with the building permit, then we'll have it on that final.
We're gonna have a staircase down to the boathouse on 954, and then from the boathouse down to the new landing, we'll have a steel staircase. We're trying to eliminate the steepness of all the stairs out there.
We have another hearing here before they start.
When the building permit is applied for, we can see the building.
Yeah,
plans.
yeah.
And that's when we'll be able to see the landscaping plan.
Right.
I don't know if he showed you the drawings, but they're really very detailed. And, Dave did a really nice job with it.
I don't have the building plans here.
Oh, we're just doing demo, right?
Yeah.
It's in the print right now.
We'll see those when they come do that next year.
You said
Yeah,
something
but
about.
I left you a set, didn't I? I think I left you a set.
I thought we looked at some, I don't know if you looked or not.
Yeah, I think I left you a set.
But yeah, make sure they're uploaded with the permit,
I has those, yeah.
so he'll upload that, so we'll have.
You said you were coming back for a variance for,
No, we have a variance on the boathouse.
oh, you do
That will be attached, so we'll have a building permit for the house. And a building permit for the boathouse.
The variance comes up next
Right.
week, right, actually?
The variance is done.
Is that one done?
Yeah, the variance will be attached with the permit for the boathouse.
these be done. Two separate.
There'll be two separate permits. One for the house, one for the boathouse.
And that's why, yeah, although I put, the permits are both listed here since you.
I don't know if it was,
Two separate demos.
I don't know if it was at the end of last year or early this year that the variance for the new boathouse was approved.
I don't recall, so it might have been the end of last year, really early this year.
But that was approved.
You don't think that was.
Not on hand, but I have copies of all that, which will be attached to the permit.
I mean, it's been in his back here, whatever,
I think it was probably last year.
last year. I would just think about the time limit on variance, what it had, how long you had to do it. You up with that.
We'll have that one.
That's not a concern.
I don't recall what it was. 6 months right here.
I don't recall it either.
I don't think we were made aware of a time limit.
No.
Would it have been attached to the variance?
It's in the ordinances, it's in the variance. There has to be activity on it, I think, and a given amount of time. I'll verify it. If something comes up, I'll let you know.
When we did the original house, the elevation wasn't right as far as how the house was out of the ground and how it looked. So the owner went back and had it redrawn and changed the elevation of the garage in relation to the house, which lowered the house and made it look a lot more presentable. So that added time to the whole process.
I'll go back and look at that, so it's just show it. Anybody have any questions?
Demolition part, you know,
Been a long process. We've been talking about this probably for at least a minimum of 5 years. And it all started with the hill. Trying to clean that up.
as far as establish grade and everything being done.
Well, I told her we could do that today at some point.
Can we do it next week?
I'll be here next Wednesday.
Get hold of me then. Say I got here, I gotta be in Minnesota tonight.
We've already had Plymouth come out and set us a benchmark.
Rain,
Who did?
Plymouth, Whiteman,
Okay, so yeah, if you got all that, we can look and.
we have a benchmark, to work off of.
Okay, yeah, get hold of me next week. Yeah.
And realistically, the existing elevation, the starting point of the house is almost exactly where the first floor of the house is now. Probably within a couple inches.
Good.
it's simple. It just have to be established before the house can be torn down.
Right.
That's just,
Yeah, get hold of me next week. I'd like to today, but again, I said I've got to be. I ain't going to drive
Okay, no problem. No, yeah,
this afternoon.
we're close. He's been itching to get going, so I've got everybody lined up. I just need this John Henry on the dotted line.
Then as soon as Ty gets his done, then I'll get notified and then we'll have another KRC for the structures. Structures.
We'd start on the house first, but we'd like to tear down the boathouse and get that all cleaned up and get it ready, and then we'll put in for the permit for the boathouse.
And you'll mark you'll have, are you leaving the foundation of the boathouse, anything?
No, it's all new.
And the variance, not having looked at it, the variance goes for replacing on the exact same footprint.
No, we changed the footprint slightly, so it was all passed with the new drawing for the new boathouse.
variance was passed, but the
Yes.
design.
Yeah, with the new drawing for the boathouse, because we moved it back a little bit. So we could get back into the hill and help hold the hill back and get it off the lakefront. Kind of tie in with Jason, who's next to us, so it looks a little bit more uniform. Doesn't stick out like the sore thumb. So he's gonna dump a lot of money in the landscape on the hill, a lot.
What people do, I've seen some pretty big numbers.
It's a big number.
We don't worry about the number, just so it's safe.
Yeah.
Everything on the hill is gonna be natural. All the stonework will be natural, none of it's gonna be man-made.
So, is there any questions on the demo?
Yeah, no.
I
I
have
have a motion to approve building permit -23 -1038855 demolition and BP -23 -1038854 demolition at 958 West Shore Drive.
Got a motion.
1 second. Both demolition.
Pretty much for both,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
the same address.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. I'll get that system for you.
What about 954? Their permit for that demo?
Both of the, which one is that?
958 is the house, 954 is.
They both showed up as 958
Did it?
on permits.
They linked them together.
Did it?
There's two separate permits, but they both have the same address.
But you
And
got-
both properties show the same address on Beacon also.
Okay,
even
it's
though
a
they're
choice.
two separate lots.
yeah.
It's two separate lots and they both show the same address.
So when you go over there, they have two different addresses.
Right, and they do need that because you got a home on each.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably have, they probably have two different mailboxes, but. I have, based on what I looked at.
That,
We
that's,
get it.
it's 954 west.
954
parcels.
is
Yeah,
is
it's got different
the
parcels.
boathouse.
You should have two separate addresses.
Yeah, they aren't two parcels with one address.
Probably because it's a trust and they,
Link them together.
yeah, linked them together.
That would be my,
Yeah, it should still show separate, I agree, but we'll make a note that it's for both of them.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have anything else, that's it.
That's it.
Approved. I'll give it a
Appreciate it. We'll see you in a couple of weeks probably.
Okay, take care.
yeah, they are two different parcels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And I know we have to do addresses, but we got to make sure that we deal with each parcel separately. Yeah.
And that's why they're two different building permits also.
Right.
The building permits, the demolition permits themselves have specifically the different parcel numbers on them.
Right. And if we keep parcel numbers under the circumstances as far as between what's being done on which parcel, because I don't want to come up,
It's clear on the
you
permit.
know what I'm saying?
That's clear on the demo permit.
Yeah. If it's 958, they want another boathouse and they got approved for 958,
you can go
they
ahead.
can go ahead on either one, you know, and I don't want to open that door.
Okay, next item on the agenda is multiple building permits for Culver Storage Solutions, State Road 17 for the mini warehouse units. All permits start with BP 23 and there's 14 of those listed there.
Those are all 14 that they put on. There's no additional,
Pardon me?
no additional gonna be added in the.
It'll be a whole, if something else is added later, then we'll have to go through the process.
Right.
Since they're commercial structures, it requires TRC meeting here. Mr. Dave Bennett here representing Culver Storage Solutions.
Correct. Yeah, I'm
Do you just tell us about what you got today?
sure. I'm Dave Bennett, one of the partners of the Culver Storage Solutions here. We're planning on building the 17 behind the old Bootsmith furniture store. We also bought Mr. Freeman's house right there, because he had a vacant lot just to the east of that we're going to be using for access back to this 12 acres we bought.
That's off Jefferson.
Correct. Yeah, off of Jefferson. Rob Herford has been our on-site coordinator on this. He couldn't come today. I brought all the drainage plans that's been designed, and I brought the architect plans on the state release if you'd like to see or try to answer any questions that you may have. Is there anything in particular that you'd like to see or?
Well, I didn't see any of the drainage plans on the
Oh,
permit
okay.
applications, so I'd like to have copies of all the drainage plans.
Oh, okay. I didn't make copies of this, but I'll get you copies.
Okay,
Yep, I can pass this around if you like. It's just the whole site overview and the plans.
the state permits were uploaded into. the-
Oh, yeah, you see those. There won't be any water or sewage, minimal electric. Only 5 of the buildings will have electricity for garage door operators and security lights. The rest of the buildings will not. They'll just be cold storage.
But no water.
No water, no water, no sewage. None buildings will have heat.
So you're putting your access road off of that lot next to the,
Yeah, it'll be right. It'll basically be adjacent to the lane, or I guess it's a public street that goes back to the new apartments.
The pattern.
How far is that a public street?
just to the curve.
Should occur.
The curve.
There's a little tiny piece that the paddock owns, the paddocks.
Yeah, and we talked with Kevin about using that as access, but it was
That's
just.
where I was going.
It was just,
Where did that fail?
it was too crowded.
Was it?
Yeah, it was just too crowded with moving trucks coming in and out. We just didn't like that, and Kevin really didn't like it either, and it would have been a process to get that approved anyway, so it's just a lot easier to buy Mr. Freeman's property and just take a lot.
You're gonna leave the house and just make a lot of roadway or
Yeah.
access road?
We're remodeling the house right now.
rough parallel next to Calvert Drive right there.
Right, yep,
The building that's on Jefferson Street was the furniture store. That's gonna be removed.
well, we have nothing to do with that.
That's different owner.
We didn't buy that.
I think that's been bought by somebody else.
It has, and it's a conversation.
Well, hopefully it'll be cleaned up.
Well.
Oh,
The guy's here, right?
Well, we're covered.
Yeah.
How far away from from 17 and the other properties?
It's in that site plan. Feet, I don't remember the exact feet. I think it's on the second, third page, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there'll be a couple rows of pine trees planted between our buildings and the lane that goes back to the apartments.
Oh, so you will have green screen?
Oh, yeah. And there'll be green screen to the south too as well, behind the houses.
Oh, nice. That's nice. Appreciate that.
So you'll have green screening on the north side?
On the north side, it's just woods.
Yeah,
I'll show you that.
Yeah, I mean,
Right, that.
but in the future, if they put houses.
Once that gets
and stuff
developed,
in there-
oh yeah, we'll have room for that, because that's the lowest part of this 12 acres, so there's really nothing can be done with that, and nothing will ever be developed on the property to the north of that, because that's real low.
So to the east,
That's just a swamp.
the east, north and west and south, you'll have green screening. All around.
Yeah, well, and yeah, because the state won't let us put anything on their
Yeah.
side of the fence along 17. We offered to clean it up, and they said, no, don't touch it. So,
I mean, you're planning on having a fence around it. Right?
yeah, we offered to clean it up, you know.
How tall are these buildings?
They'll only be 9 foot to the, let's see, they're each saying, they'll be 9 foot to the square.
What do they look like with a?
Picture, oh yes, be picture roofs. Yeah, now we're building, 5 of the buildings will be taller. They'll be 12 foot to the square because we have the overhead doors rather than the roll up doors like typical storage units. And those are the ones that'll have the garage door operators on them.
And with all metal,
Oh yeah, well, they're post frame construction, all metal clad.
metal roof.
Oh yeah.
You're showing 16 on the diagram here, or on the illustration, is that correct?
Oh, no, there's only gonna be 14. We had to rearrange that a little bit because we needed to put a retention pond in. You'll see that in the plans too,
Okay,
on the southwest
I
corner.
was just trying to get between,
Yeah, I don't have much in the way of drawings from,
I was trying to get back. Yeah, I've got you.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I think we only got permits for 14, didn't we?
We were either short on permits or
Yeah,
plus on
no.
buildings, so we're good.
14. The original plan I saw had 15 buildings, but one were taken out for the
Yep,
retention.
you got it.
Through a couple of them. All right, appreciate that, thank you.
No, and that's all we'll have room for, because we like that playroom. I don't know if any of you are familiar with our facility at Back Lake. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But that's what people really like, is having that extra room in there to bring trailers in and larger moving trucks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Do you have one of these at Bass Lake?
Yep, the Southside Bass Lake, just across from the old marina,
Oh,
right where the new Dollar General is.
Everywhere. Those are everywhere. Yeah, they are. There's a Dollar General just coming out of the sky.
Well, when the developer called and wanted to buy that little triangle from us for a Dollar General,
Yeah.
I said, you've got 2 of them in Knox, just down the road.
Like, they don't care.
And he said,
Every 7 miles.
McDonald's,
he told me, this realtor that I was working with said that they want to be within 15 minutes of everybody.
That's what they go by, yeah.
Those block constructions, man, they can throw them up in a hurry.
But what's the distance between State Road 17?
Is that on there?
I know it's got 50 feet from the line here.
Yeah, well, and then I'm not sure what there is, it's quite a bit.
Their right of way's wide.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
wide in
I
there.
mean, I know you can. probably-
They showed it on the building permit. I
Yeah,
probably looked it up, but there was a
I
lot
bet
of
that red
space.
line's close to the property line.
we're looking probably 100 feet.
Oh, yeah, and then see, you got all kinds of trees in there too that
Right,
can't be touched.
yeah, I wouldn't worry about the upper part of it.
Yeah.
About the State Road.
Oh, but maybe it's a.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You gotta have so far on the highway. Yeah. Coming down,
It's right over here.
Highway.
oh,
I don't think.
It's over here. It's 17 runs along here and it's Jefferson.
Had to get up closer.
and so they're right here toward Jefferson.
Yep. Okay, wait, here we have, here. I'd like to do this. There, it's in there. Here it is, right there it is.
We're back,
Yeah, it was backwards. There's Jefferson Street.
he's right here,
Yep, that, those properties right there.
so you'll have green screening on.
Yes.
there
Yep.
And back here.
Yeah, this is all woods here. That's quite a thing. We own quite a bit of that
It's
woods.
separate from.
And we're just gonna leave that.
It's over 12 acres, isn't it? Something like
Yeah,
that.
it's 12 acres total. You kind of see it in the satellite picture.
But they don't own this piece here.
Now, each one of these little sections are.
Yeah.
That's a unit.
Paddocks.
That's old.
Our right of way stops here.
Well, we're not sure yet
This
how we're
piece
gonna
here?
divide them out. Probably around 250.
Paddocks.
250.
So he would have to acquire this piece of,
Right, I
Real
know
estate.
Kevin had talked about that before, they had planned for that.
We've got 252 of our 5 acres here. We're almost at full.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I think what, you make good point with the
How
truck.
big will these be?
Pardon?
How big will these be?
About 100 feet long, and 30 feet wide.
Each storage unit?
Yeah, well, no, I'm sorry, each building.
Oh.
No, there'll be various sized units ranging, they're 10 feet wide, then they range from 20 feet.
borrowed
8 to 10
dirt.
feet
We're gonna
deep.
steal dirt from here to build
Okay,
this.
So you're talking about maybe 200 square.
Take
feet.
out 5 grand.
Or that was my question. That was my question.
What's that? Is that high?
If this was gonna go down, or now that I see this, this is gonna come up.
Yeah, this is, you would not believe how high this, well, here it shows in that one elevation.
I see they're out there digging
Yeah,
now.
this is really high in here.
So I didn't know if he's gonna roll the high down to
You're
the
gonna
low.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna fill in.
No, this is a lot of dirt right here will be brought over this way.
Okay,
All that dirt.
This borough bit's gonna bring
Right.
up,
You got it.
okay.
Yep.
What's the,
That's just retention pond for anything, you get a downpour or something.
You're sitting at 100 and. No, wait. What's your depth on that all the way down at the bottom? Is that your depth?
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm assuming it is.
That's a pretty deep.
is there an outlet to this?
Not bad.
There's,
If so, where does it go?
there's a tile that goes under the highway and goes over into it.
So that you're pulling it in through a riser and coming.
But you're gonna tie into that ditch.
That's just gonna be for overflow. This should take care of it.
For the riser, okay.
Yeah, for the riser.
Yeah, where's the water gonna go once it gets in there?
Well,
Do
if
you
it
have
gets,
a high water mark?
yeah, if it gets over the riser, then it'll go out the tile.
So you're connecting your pond to the state's tile.
No, it's not a state tile.
Who owns it?
I'm sure who owns it. Probably Payne County ditch assessment or some ditch somewhere.
Cause there's the state. The state has a swale through here. And I don't know where that tile's gonna connect that you're speaking of.
Well, Warren Lamer said that they tore it up when they put internet through there a few years ago.
I know there's tiles here. It's an equalizer tile. It's across Mill Street, but I didn't think there may be.
Yeah, there's.
But it's owned by the state.
But it's all broken down. No, there's one that goes out this way. There's an old tile in through here. Kevin Thomas is checking on that right now. There's an old clay tile that runs up in through here right now, and he wasn't sure where it go or what it was intended to do.
But it's bringing it back this, you're saying you're
Right.
coming it back across
Yeah.
over to this and connecting?
Right.
If ever,
And that's just where the riser will take it if ever need be.
what's the depth of that riser? That's okay. Yeah, I just kind of wondering how deep that has to get before it starts kicking.
Well, I don't want this to fill up and then flood somebody. That's my concern.
Oh, yeah, no.
If there's no outlet on this,
Yeah, no,
and if so, is it a viable outlet that you're connected
Yeah.
to?
Yeah, there's an outlet there. Rob knows more about that than I do. He's looked into that more, but I know that's the plan.
Do you want more information on that?
I want, yes, please, right here.
So, yeah,
I'm not gonna get hold of Bob right now.
yeah, to go forward, we have to have that in.
Will this entire lot be paved?
No, no,
No,
it'll be gravel. No,
just just paving up to the units or
no paving.
no paving?
No paving.
Gravel?
Yep, just gravel.
Oh,
You have a cement apron going into the.
Yeah, concrete apron.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yep.
Who's referencing that?
Yeah. Right.
So I would assume that'd be your high level mark, but
What's the mark?
it is, what's the? Right.
The height, is that
The
right?
height on that,
I mean,
the height on that, where is he taking it? Cause it's
not
not,
showing.
right.
And it might be a question for Stacy Ring, who's the site designer. Yeah, I don't know right now.
What's 102 inches deep?
102 inches deep, 8.5 feet deep.
Right, at the, but it slopes down to that,
Three
right?
one.
Yeah,
That's a big chunk of real estate.
well,
Hey, Rob, I'm here with the Plan Commission. I got you on the speakerphone. They had a question about the overflow for that retention pond. Maybe you can answer.
What is your high level mark on this? Well, the county or state? Okay, so it runs east to
The
west.
Thorn Road.
Okay.
In that area, and if it ever gets full, it'll drain to that county ditch.
Is it gonna be is it a dry retention? Break at the other end, do perk test.
No, I agree. We need to know the height of the right. That's. Stating something, that's all.
I get it. So there's a tile this way.
Right.
That goes under all of this, it goes out to there.
So the drainage from the retention pond goes out towards 17 and hooks into the,
Correct.
to the ditch
Right, that
along the,
for the overflow.
or it goes north and south
That's
along the
right.
highway.
Main.
that's that little,
Yeah.
In case it gets to that.
I know where you're at.
Yeah. I was thinking north-south, this ditch road, or this tile. Well, have we done a perk test on this to make sure it's gonna stay dry?
Not that I know of.
They, on the ponds or retention area, I guess I misunderstood your question. I don't believe it is intended to stay dry. It will retain, and then the pipe drilling for those is the one that will go to the county ditch.
So it's gonna be more of a pond than a retention.
Yes. And that is the lowest area on that whole property, and it also takes the drainage, natural drainage from the Bozeman property goes right there, so that's why they decided to put it there, and that way it'll continue to take those also.
At that depth, you're gonna find water anyway. I don't think you can call it dry. There's gonna be water coming.
Well, that's, yeah.
Yeah, that's your point. I got it.
So it's gonna hold water, so it's not gonna permeate.
Okay, there's no reason for perk test.
Not that depth.
That's it.
Now we're confident where that overflow is going. I that Bob, I'm pretty confident where it's going, or you need more information.
I know there is a ditch back here.
There is, it's right.
Couldn't see it either, but I know it's in that area, yeah, down here.
That's a ditch. And it weasels its way up under this ditch. Yeah, come together back here. As long as it works, I'm okay with it. I don't want this overflowing and getting out into here. Right. That's why I was asking what the high level mark was.
Yeah.
Because that level needs to be lower than here, so you're not flooding. Here. or here or there.
Well, like you said, Rob, that both my property is higher than what our retention pond area will be.
Right, exactly. It's the natural drainage for that area, it's the way it's been for years.
Right.
But it does fill up, it does fill over. And it has, and into that ditch and then drains off.
Gotcha.
And that's without anybody doing any drainage really out there, so didn't see any sense of trying to reinvent the wheels, just gonna improve what's there.
Yep.
Here's one of the pervious.
Well,
Well, it's all merged in.
this area is actually a mess back here, so I know we get a lot of little water.
Well, he dumped crap in there for years.
Yeah.
This is all.
I sure hope somebody gets that cleaned up soon.
And in the process, really, gonna be a slow process, I'm sure.
There's the process.
We did our best, didn't we, Dave?
Yeah, we did. Often I looked at it after 5 minutes in the building, that was enough.
You're taking.
That 5 meters of leaves against the concrete.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Rob?
So you're okay with that?
I'm okay with it.
Thank you.
Hey, we're good. Thanks, Rob. Okay.
Where does that county ditch go to? Just
Great.
Right to the county, the,
County line.
Yeah,
it's actually controlled by Marshall Stark Drainage Board.
What's the name of that? Do you know?
the ditch. Yeah,
It's a house ditch. It's the house ditch north of that, but I don't know the name of that.
I don't either, but that thing.
I got it. I'm sure we're paying assessment on it somewhere.
I know, and that is a Dutchman Doug ditch.
Yeah.
That thing is
You
plenty
drive
right.
bus down through.
Well, I can tell you stories about that.
I bet you can. That sucker is,
You drive the bus down through there, that's the.
it looks like it was dug with a Kankakee.
Did you guys want to see the architect plans of those?
No.
No, we did that's all right.
Okay.
So
I was just kidding about drainage and ponds.
Oh, okay.
You need a copy of this.
We need to.
I'd like the drainage,
Yeah,
I'll let you present it here, so I can have that.
Sure.
Right for that purpose. They have so much.
If you'll just email that to me, if you have,
Yep.
that'd be great, that'll work fine.
I got it.
Was there any more questions on it?
No, not for me. We're good.
Not right now. So for the multiple building permits for culvert storage solutions, State Road 17 for the mini warehouse units. For all 14 building permits that are written down here.
Providing you have the drainage.
A motion to approve these permits.
Make the motion, providing you have the drainage plan.
All in favor? Aye.
Hey, thank you, gentlemen.
Motion carried.
You're welcome, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Question for you guys. Who do I use to get internet around here?
Where, are you in town limits?
No, because,
It's gonna be for the storage unit.
Well,
yeah, for security cameras.
that'd be surf.
Surf's got it.
Yeah, surf internet.
The town,
Surf, SURF.
Yeah.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, they're just
They're
brought
not
us.
new, but they're new here.
Yeah, they dropped everything in town on fiber. So
Good deal.
speeds and I think everything's going well. So.
Now, can you get me a tower so I can get decent Verizon reception on my phone?
Yeah. Try AT&T. It's just bad.
it was good though. It's not anymore.
AT&T? No, I know, we've lost it.
Or just like right outside.
You were looking at the black hole.
Oh, my Verizon, it's terrible over here.
I know. The academy's tried to get people down here because they're carrying a small town over there too of young teenagers who.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet. I'm not gonna change to AT&T.
No wonder we can't gain service.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you talk about,
As far as the internet, I mean, Academy got two.
yeah, I'll tell you what, on a Friday night over there when the kids are locked down on a cold January, you try to get online. I used to try to work over there.
Yeah.
And that speed would just drop as they're streaming movies.
That's the reason, and you probably know, with Academy, the chat master brother.
So
Oh, yeah.
surfing, good luck.
They
Yeah.
got that, they use RTC.
Another
for
question.
faculty.
If we would ever sell the house
Kids-
off that we got
Kids
from
can't
Freeman,
overload their-
what are the
Yeah,
rules for that? Do you have to have so much,
I do
so many
that.
acres,
such too.
so many feet of, road frontage?
So So was the property divided for the?
Well, yeah, Jim Freeman, he owned the house and then he bought the vacant lot. Then he wanted to put well, explain it to me, he wanted to put that storage trailer on it. It had to be on the same lot, so then he combined the lots. And so I think now if we tried to separate it, I don't know if the
You
lot
can't,
where the house is would be big enough.
you can, without looking, you can't make a non-conforming lot.
What is a conforming lot, I guess?
It would have to be,
So where that's at,
Non-conforming structure on a lot.
so yeah, you wouldn't be able to subdivide and create a non-conforming lot.
Which would not have a primary structure on
So I'd have to look at the lot sizes.
Because what we're gonna do is, it's Culver Storage owns the house and the lots, we'll just keep it that way. And I suppose we could sell the house and the lot with our drive and just give ourselves an easement, but I don't like easements.
it. And you could probably do that with the lot, but you'd have to tear down the accessory structure.
Well, it depends.
Well, there's none on the extra lot, there won't be any anymore.
It's gone.
Yeah.
accessory structure, yeah.
So,
But
so the question is, the answer is I'd want to look at the two lots to see how big they are and where you're,
But is there a minimum size lot now, or
there is.
For the zones, for each zone.
how much is that?
I'll have to look in that zoning. I know in R1 it's 7,500 square feet. I'm not sure what it is in S1 without looking.
Does it matter if that's road frontage?
It does.
That's one.
road frontage and then.
Road frontage and square feet of the lot.
No idea.
I want to say 70, they can't hold me to it, 75 feet in S1.
Okay, well, I suppose we could request a variance if we wanted to split the house off. Could that be done?
It's 70 feet in it for our.
So it would be, if you want to split the house off from the lot, it'd be a replat, it wouldn't be a variance.
Yeah.
So it'd be a plan commission thing.
No, we're not gonna worry about it now, but I just down the road, I just.
Yeah, I'm wondering if.
Down the road, if you got questions, call, we'll go into it.
No, you don't like easement, but it might be the
Yeah,
path of least resistance. I know, I hear you.
Are you folks interested in buying the Boatsman property?
we looked at that.
So,
Let's don't go there.
so I want to move on to the next thing on the agenda is member concern. and comments. Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers. Have a good Appreciate it.
Member comments or concerns? I do. Our next meeting is scheduled on the 23rd of this month, which happens to be Thanksgiving Thursday.
I'm free.
You guys available?
Yes, you bring the turkey.
No,
No, I was gonna ask you the same question.
no, I'm not gonna make it on 23rd.
So, but,
You won't have a forum.
somebody else ran the meter and open
Well, the first question is, are you bringing turkey?
So we won't be having a meeting.
Is there any cases that we need to reschedule
So
or do we just cancel?
I wanted,
No.
I have some coming, there's gonna be some coming up. So my question is,
Schedule.
can we schedule, the next one would be into December or almost 2 weeks in December. Or if something does come up, can we do it? Should be
Yes.
available on Thursday,
Yes.
November 30th.
If there's something pressing that we want to get off the table, yes.
Okay.
If not, we'll push them back to December, if that's all right with everybody.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Any word yet on, solar committee?
I haven't got the meetings from the minutes from the plan commission meeting yet.
Talked about that this morning.
Cause we
So
need,
when I get those
You know,
minutes, then I can work
It's-
on the committee.
you know, we've got a 2-year moratorium and how many months are gone already?
So-
One.
Hold that thought. Is there any other business?
No, other than, I just had a question earlier, but we're going for a demolition permit, coming to RTC, but I was understanding that we changed demolition off, it's exempted from RTC. You can actually get a permit for demolition.
So for this committee?
Yeah.
So a demo's not exempt in an L1, that's why it's here, because it's L1.
It was exempt, because it was changed in
There was talk about.
February. No, we actually did.
So we,
Oh, did you?
And Jenny would have been involved with that here at that time.
so there has been some that I've been waiting, that this is a total waste of our time.
Yeah.
Getting together and I'm waiting those. I think this one was important because
I mean, under the circumstance here, reason I didn't bring it up earlier, because you've got 2 properties and they're actually demoing, and they don't even have permits yet. So,
I wondered.
So they did make the permit applications. That's why we have permit application
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
So the permit won't go through until we approve.
and the reason we didn't, because the permit actually covers demolition, so to have an extra meeting on demolition, the only thing I would want to review is make sure that.
So there are gonna be two, there's always gonna be, if somebody's gonna demo and rebuild, there's always gonna be two permits. One to demo and one to rebuild.
That's a gamble I wouldn't want.
That's what's been exempted, and you can check it, see, make sure it's in there.
I mean, they got their
We went
ducks
through
in a
the
row,
process.
but
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we're good.
you gonna
Okay. 'Cause I-
I think it's good that we keep the two separate because of the issues we just heard.
I got lots of questions for him on the next one.
Well, under.
Yeah.
When we're talking,
There's a,
Okay, so,
this one,
motion to adjourn.
so move.
Second.
third.
Fourth.
All in favor?
Chester beat me.
Aye.
Signify by leaving.